Right, welcome back to Implexus A Whole Lot of Nothing. It's season 3. I've got some new temporary permanent co-hosts, Jen and Wiley. We're gonna do some like new bits this season. It's been a while, so we're gonna revamp it. Basically, we're gonna have like an intro. We're gonna talk, because a lot of you might not know like the backgrounds of these two. So we're going to talk a little bit about like the backgrounds, how they got into like powerlifting, and then we're going to do, or like just sport in general, and then we're going to do best and worst things about powerlifting. And I can't wait. We're going to get cancelled, but that's fine. Who wants to go first?
Do you have to stand up and tell an interesting
stand
fact
up
about
and
me?
story time.
This is horrible. Go on,
Kill me
Wiley,
now.
you go first.
Ladies first, right?
So do you want
Okay,
an
go on then,
interesting
Jen.
fact?
No, so right, tell me where it started. Like, where did like sport start? A long time ago in the dinosaur age.
This is delving back into the archives now. So yeah, a very long time ago. Kind of started with netball. So netball was a big thing for me. And I think when I started, actually, the women never stepped foot in a gym. It wasn't a big thing for them, and even like strength and conditioning and them being fit as part of the sport, it kind of just wasn't a thing then, as much as it is now. But yeah, I started with netball, injured my ACL, got into strength and conditioning to get that better, and then found powerlifting through that. Yeah, that's pretty much my story. What about you?
Is that it?
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's so short.
It is
You must have
short.
done other sports before that.
I did a lot of
So,
things before.
ACL. Netball for how long? Like, when did you start? Were you like a child, or were you like 20s, 30s,
Yeah,
40s?
no, it was from school.
Right.
Yeah, so did rock climbing at school, did netball at school, kind of proficient in pretty much most sporting activities.
Useless sports.
Yeah,
Okay.
hockey is not a useless sport. Used to hit people, which was quite fun. No, so I used to enjoy quite a lot of things, and then netball became did it to quite a high level. So Greater Manchester, and played to that level, and then got injured. Probably because we didn't do anything outside of that. We just kind of did the sport and nothing to kind of make you stronger in the sport. So yeah,
Fair.
I only found that afterwards. So but yeah, did that from school age to, God, we're going back too long now, Chris. Jesus Christ. Yeah, from being like 15, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then how long, when did strength training come into it, and then when did powerlifting come
Well,
into that?
I took a gap then, so I had children. And I did a lot of life things, and sport kind of stopped for me. So I put family first, and then that came back around about the age of 35.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a family, and then I wanted to go back to netball just as like recreationally. Enjoyed it. And then found like obviously I got injured, so had to rehabilitate. Couldn't quite get to the level that I wanted to get because I was injured, and played to the standard that I wanted to play at. So then found powerlifting, and found I could still be good at a sport and excel in it. So yeah,
Okay.
carried on down that path.
How did you find powerlifting? It's a bit of a weird sport to just find.
It's going to sound dodgy. So there was a guy at the gym who was coaching his wife, who was strong, and he wanted to kind of develop his coaching skills, and just said, would you like to be kind of a guinea pig for me? I do like powerlifting coaching, so I do squat, bench and deadlift. And I had no direction with my training, so I was coming into the gym, doing whatever, kind of like, oh, saw someone do like bicep curls, that looks great, I'll do that for a little bit. But I was getting nowhere, kind of spinning wheels.
Maxing out every session, yeah?
Yeah, maxed out every session, it's always good. And then he kind of gave me a bit of direction, and I just enjoyed those, like just those lifts in general, and just being able to focus on one thing and getting good at it, like good at that, at squatting, at benching and deadlifting. So yeah, that was some guy in the gym that kind of led me down that way. So so yeah, but I think that comes from when you're in a gym and there's a community and you get to know that community. It's quite a good thing, and that's kind of where my path led down. So
Okay.
yeah.
And then, so current day, or like not current quite, so started powerlifting, then what did the route or journey look like in powerlifting? Like, how did you get to where you are now on like Euro stage, world stage? Like, how did that progress?
So started divisionally.
So you just went, okay, I see this British powerlifting comp, that's the one.
Yeah, so I didn't know anything about kind of how comps were run or if there was competitions, and I think someone said something to me like, oh, you know, do you fancy doing a competition? I was like, I didn't know those existed. I just came in, trained, liked training, didn't really want to compete, and then was kind of like, I wouldn't say forced into it, but it was like, this would be a good idea, it should be fun, why don't you try it? Against kind of everything that I'd normally like do, it wasn't something that I felt comfortable with, I think, at first. It was just a bit like outside of my comfort zone, but really enjoyed myself. It was kind of, I think, about a year into lifting that I competed, so like quite a bit of a base before trying it. I know a lot of people kind of do it for a couple of months and then like do a competition. But yeah, about a year after finding powerlifting through my gym, I did a competition, and then actually did like it.
What were your numbers? Where was it?
Oh my God.
So where was it?
It was Fighting Fit, I think.
Right, yeah.
In Manchester. My numbers, I can't even remember. I think it was like 67 bench. I think I'm still doing that now.
Weasel.
67 bench, a 135 squat, and I think like a 145 deadlift or something like that, maybe 150.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were decent like numbers for.
Yeah, that's respectable numbers.
For a divisional, and then I'm still doing the same thing. So,
Better not be.
Progression's been quite slow.
Hey, no.
This is my coach. Yeah. No, but and then that little kind of competition bug came out where it was like, oh, I feel like
Come on through, go on.
I'm able to compete against people, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
And then that natural instinct in me where I've always competed, so netball I've competed, and I want to beat people on that pitch. Came out in being on the platform. It's like, oh, such and such a body's doing this. I was like, I'd like to do that too. So I want to be as good as they are, or if not better. So yeah, that was the drive to kind of keep going.
Yeah.
And I know it's you versus you, but it's also, for me, it's like someone's doing something amazing, I want to do that too. So like my drive is also being kind of having that competition with someone else, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
Not particularly a bad thing.
So how many years are we in now?
We are in 10, 12 years maybe?
I don't know why you're looking at me, I don't know.
I'm only 25, so no, I think it's like 12 years now competing.
Okay.
So
12 years into powerlifting.
what are your numbers now?
How are you finding it? Are you glad that you got into powerlifting? Would you have preferred to be like, oh, I wish I got into like a different sport 12 years ago and like took me that way? Or are you happy with what are you doing?
No, I mean it's my career now, so I'm happy that it's led me down this path. obviously I do enjoy it, otherwise I wouldn't have followed this path. I like helping people. I like the technique aspects of kind of powerlifting. Even though there's bits that I don't like about it, which we'll get onto in a second, I think there are good parts to it where I've got a lot out of it. I like the consistency of it. I like that it's process driven. I come into the gym every day. I train hard, and from that training I can see the results from it. So I like that aspect of it. I like instilling that on other people too, that if you do come and you do something consistently, you will get something out of it. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. So yeah.
Nice. Okay. And then what are your numbers now?
175 squat, 97.5 bench. Should be doing more, but we won't talk about bench depth rules. And 192 deadlift.
Nice. Bit of a progression.
Just
a little bit.
All right, cool. All right, Mr.
Weasel.
Mr. Willie Dusung.
Yeah, so my background is, first thing I ever did was karate, martial arts, obviously. Basically, I was overweight, causing too much havoc at the family business, and they were like, I just need you to not be at the shop. So they just they forced me to do karate, did that for a bit, and then I got bored of that. And then I didn't do anything sporty until like a lot later after that. It's probably into high school. No, actually, yeah, it's high school towards then, and then just before we got in there, like 2000, I watched the Extreme channel back when that was still around. That was fucking cool. So I watched episode of Rad, and I saw a load of guys skating. I thought, that looks pretty fun. So I took up skateboarding, and I did that for 7 years solid. And I'd get up, like, say, I was obsessed. I was like getting up at 8 a.m. or 7 before school, after school, on weekends I'd skate from like 8 till like midnight. I was obsessed with it. So for 7 years I skated. Did some bits in between, like the basketball team in school. Did a bit of that. That was pretty fun.
You're not tall enough to be a basketballer.
I know, but I'm fast though. I was seen as like the Tasmanian devil, you know, in Space Jam. You know, the short one, but he's just really fast. I was that guy. Okay. We were actually the only team to have a female on there as well. So she was like captain of the netball team. We had her, and we had me, who was really short and round. And then it was a real misfit of like a team, but we weren't that bad actually. We did quite well.
So why karate?
Why karate? Because in the 90s, karate was the thing. It's like Karate Kid and all that stuff. There wasn't that many gyms that were doing, say, like nowadays, most kids would dive into jiu-jitsu, MMA, Thai. But back then, karate was the martial art that was really easily accessible.
Yeah. So was this in the UK?
Yeah, that was when I was in Newcastle. So yeah, they sent my ass there because it was just causing too much shit at the shop, being really annoying, eating all the stock really, drinking too many of the pop and stuff, and like, yeah, you're just gaining too much weight, you're causing too much shit. So I think karate I might have lasted like maybe a year and a half. I got up to like maybe a yellow belt, I think it was. I think it was white, red, yellow, and then yellow. It's been a long time, so I can't really quite remember.
Did you have a favourite like move?
No, I found it really boring. There was nothing. It was a lot of let me say, there's not much contact. Not that I was gonna kick anyone's head in, but it was like you weren't hitting any pads and stuff, and it was almost like you're learning the sequence. Like, is it a kata? I can't remember. It was like a routine of stuff, and I was like, this is really boring. It's like might as well learn line dancing. You know what I mean? For me, I wanted to punch stuff and kick stuff, and I just got there and I just put on my gi, and I didn't do anything that I thought I was gonna do. Nothing that you saw in the karate movies.
Yeah, it should have been.
It's really boring.
Like, MMA would have been like right for you, wouldn't it? But I think it came. And did MMA become like a big thing? Was it?
I did tap into that when I came up here for uni though. Oh yeah, it was like when the UFC first came out, and it was open weight categories, and yeah, one night tournaments and stuff.
So then, karate wasn't doing it for you because you wanted to punch someone's head in. Then got into skating.
Yeah, it was a long period where I just did stuff like played Street Fighter, of course, and collected Pokemon cards. which I didn't admit back then because I was like not cool.
Who were you on Street Fighter?
I was always
Blanca.
Ryu, obviously, the stacked Asian guy. But I really liked Akuma.
I was Chun-Li. Obviously, the only female.
It's Kami though.
And
It's all about Kami.
Dalsim, see the one with the like long arms?
The Indian guy who breathes fire.
Really annoying.
Yeah, he's really shit to play for.
Yeah.
Really
No.
slow character actually.
Yeah.
Not very exciting at all.
No.
But yeah, so went through a phase of just not being active, eating a lot, collecting comics and Pokemon cards and stuff like that. And then I saw that episode of Rad
Yeah.
and I thought, fuck it, get myself a skateboard. And then realized that this is actually really hard and I'm not going to be good at this. Was going to give up and then I just thought, no, just stick with it. And then since then, I've just been active since then.
Yeah.
Because there was a massive chunk of my life I wasn't doing anything. And then ever since skateboarding, I've always had to do something.
Yeah. So then skateboarding, what did you do? How long for?
Did it for 7 years. It took me about 5 years till I was like getting decent. I actually got a bit of like a sponsor me tape on YouTube, which the guys made for me. Bish, shout out to Bish. And he made a mixtape of whatever I skated, all the things I landed back in the day.
Is it still on YouTube?
Yeah, it's still up there. And I've got a section with a guy, an OG of like the Newcastle skate scene, Scott Cherry. So I've got a shared section with him as well. And he obviously outclasses me and everything, but I only had a small amount of footage, same as him, so we just mashed ours together. And then I've also just come back last year and I did a couple of tricks and I thought I was going to break my pelvis. But yes, I've got some footage up on the line on the interweb somewhere. Well,
All right. We'll have to find it and get a link in this.
it is probably like my favorite sport. I think if I love what I do now and everything like that, but if I could have made it in skateboarding, I think that would have what I wanted to do.
So then, skateboarding, if you say you love it so much, what then happened? So 7 years of skateboarding, what happened then to then get to where you're like in powerlifting now?
Underage drinking, going out to clubs, and then just get distracted with just going out all the time. So that was a nail on the head. And I went through a phase of not being active really. What did I do in that period when I went to university? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything for a little bit, and then got dumped, and then
A broken heart got him.
yeah. Do you know what?
Did.
Because I did a bit of martial arts, and obviously there's a part I did a bit of boxing and stuff in the lower sixth form, but only purely for fitness. It wasn't for anything reason like competing or anything like that. So at uni I got dumped, and I thought, fuck it, I've really let myself go. Let's just go back into doing something and sort of meet people. So went to the Leeds Met Boxing Society, did a bit of that, and then I got hooked into reading all the Men's Health, getting back in shape. I was like, I wanted to build some confidence back, so I started getting to weight training.
So you went bodybuilding first, didn't you?
Yeah.
Go on, talk us through.
I remember I was like, started doing some weights. I was like, can't lift too heavy, I might get too massive too soon. And I also thought, oh yeah, I went to Holland Bar and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get this protein shake, it's so cheating. So I went through a phase of just like doing loads of press ups, like training probably like how Bruce Lee would have done like 1 million press ups, just loads of light 2 kilo side raises and stuff like that. And then I got into heavier lifting, doing more bodybuilding stuff, and then I got
Did you compete?
yeah, but that was later on.
With sparkly pants on?
No, they weren't actually, they were purple. I've still got them now as a posing suit actually. You're so uneducated. But so I basically went to, what happened? So I did some bro stuff, bodybuilding stuff, and then I got a part-time.
So small?
Sat next to, shut up. And forget what I'm saying now. So I went through just training, just doing the bro split and doing bits like that. Did an internship with Fitness First when I was at uni. And they were like, you work really hard, why don't you just work for us for free and we'll give you a free membership? I was like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Doing like fucking 20 hours and then like get a free membership. And then eventually just put me on payroll, and then I got hooked into it because the guys that were there actually saw something in me. I think they were like, you're really consistent, you weigh out your food, you don't miss meals, you train regularly. So then one of the guys I work with as well, a couple of them took me under their wing and they were like just ripping the piss out of me, saying how skinny my legs were. So we spent like a couple of years just compound lifting, squatting, deadlifting, heavy dumbbell pressing, dips and chins for a while. Because the goal was to be like, oh, maybe I'd like to dabble in bodybuilding, just get up on there at one point. But they were like, you're just too much of a weasel, you're too small, you needed to train harder for the next 2-3 years. So we went through that process and then eventually put me on stage. And I did a 14-week prep, not a single cheat meal. That was hard as shit. Entered what was then the UK BFF. That was the route towards, if you got a pro into that, that was what's going to lead you to IFBB Pro, Arnold's and all that stuff. So I did my first qualifier in 2014, and I was supposed to do a novice, but there was not enough of us. So they roped us all in with like other people as well that were in the opens. And Josh McHale being one of the big dogs at the time, we just blew us all out of the water. But I managed to place third, really happy with what I did, because it was just a learning process, knowing that I can do that. For 14 weeks, it was really tough, not missing a single meal, not going over my calories, 90 minutes cardio a day on top of 60 minutes of weight training a day. And I was trying to PT build that business up whilst working 2 shifts at 2 different gyms as well. So it was nuts. But it really taught me that I am a lot more mentally durable than I think or know. Fast track that to the year after. The same person that got me into bodybuilding then said to me, oh, you love deadlifting, why don't you do a deadlift competition with me? And he was going to do the bench one, because he's fucking really strong on bench. So that we entered the GPC 2015 Tattoo and Strong push-pull only competition, and I did deadlift only, and I finished off of a 275 deadlift, which is like a 3 time or just over 3 time body weight deadlift back then. And man, I got a real buzz off that. It was like I took 2 pills and it all kicked off at once. It was really, really good. I never had such a buzz in my life from it. Everyone was behind everyone. I remember seeing like big lifters, like Dale was pulling 300 back then at under 90s, and it was quite a big deal because how many people were pulling over 300 back then, right? In 2015, hardly, right? Mm-hmm. And even he came to me, oh, you're really good, you should stick at this. I was like, fucking hell, if he says that, well, I might as well just stay with it. And then the whole goal was to basically put on some more size, go back into bodybuilding the year after and give it another go. And then after I did that, powerlifting coach was like, fuck going back, fuck dieting for 14 weeks and stuff. You know what I mean? So I thought, stay with powerlifting. And that's when I've been here ever since, I guess. Nice. Had to learn how to bench, which sucks. Still sucks.
So you're still doing 67.5 kilo bench?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But
so so journey into powerlifting, started at Tattooed and Strong.
Yeah.
Then where was like the progression through that? Like what comps did you do? How did you get into them? Why did you pick them? And then
I think it was just, I didn't even know what powerlifting was. Like, I think people just associate that with like weightlifting. I was like, wow, am I going to be in the Olympics? What have I signed up for? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. But all I had access was the GPC. I didn't know any of the feds till a little bit later on. And then when I did find out, I ended up competing 4 or 5 times that year. Big rookie mistake, and then blew my back out the next year. As you do, I think I just got hooked on that. And back then we didn't program. We were just going to go in like, I feel strong today, let's go. I don't feel strong today, let's not go. You know what I mean? So very like sort of old school.
There's no peaking.
No. We rarely ever deloaded. But what's a deload? You know what I mean?
At least when it was, I don't feel good today, it was let's not go, not let's still go.
But it's like if I didn't feel good, like if I didn't feel good like deadlifting that day, I'd just go and just do some RDLs and I'd just do heavy leg presses and just do some heavy chins and things like that. There was no real proper structure in terms of programming.
When did you get a coach?
It would be body groups and stuff like that. I got a coach. My first coach is Alex, who I still have now. I got him in, I'm gonna say 2017, something like that. The reason I chose him as well was because he was like, I think he was an ex-vegan, and he's come from the background of bodybuilding as well. He's actually competing next to Nathan Diasha, who's an ex-Olympian from Liverpool, and as a junior as well. So I saw a lot of what I did that he's done, and also knew that with him having he'll be more open-minded if he's been an ex-vegan, pescatarian, rather than these. Back then, there was not many coaches around back then. My fear was that I'd sign up with a coach and be like, this is the only way. You've got to fucking just push hard all the time, and you've got to take this, this, and this, and this. That was my only fear. I think there was definitely not as much knowledge back then, and your accessibility to coaches were very, very limited.
Yeah, there was a lot less social media and a lot less like social
Yeah.
media coaches and less online like programming guys and that on there.
And now everyone's a coach.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Do one comp sound,
yeah.
£100 a month.
So then, from there, how are you now where you are? So talk us through like what, like pro shows and that now that you're getting into. The last couple of years, they've booted off for you really, haven't they?
Yeah. How do I get there? Well, for powerlifting, for me, it's always been about just doing me. Like, I would go to comps and like, I don't really want to know what's on the platform. I just want to go and just hit a PB and just give me a purpose to train for, really. And it wasn't until 2017, where 2018 maybe, that I was competing at the BPU British Finals, and it came down. We were going head to head, me and Reese. He'll come back his name, but it's Reese Meakin. It was super strong lifter, and he's actually someone that's always been on the radar. But I thought like, there's no way I can possibly catch up with that guy. Like his bench is colossal, so is his squat, decent deadlifter as well. But it was at the point where that competition we were going head to head, and then that was the first time where I actually had to know what I needed to pull in order to beat him. And then since then, that really changed my mindset, and that everyone was like, that's when I started doing well. I beat him in that comp by matching his total, but I came in like at 500 grams lighter. And then I got invited to Spartan Raw, was that year, same again? I can't remember. Did well in that. I squatted 300 in sleeves in that comp. I believe I won that one. Then I just went after that, I got invited to abs and stuff. The year after that, I got invited to the Gym and Fitness Store Classic, which I'm doing in April. And then it's been pretty much pro shows ever since. But that's only down to because I don't want to put my body through it that much more. It's gonna be like 2 comps a year at them push. And I also want to make more of a travel experience out of it. It's not me saying I'm too good for anything else. It's just, there's a lot of really good comps in the UK, but a lot of times I handle that much, I feel like it's another day in the office or work for me. I get really excited from clients competing in those comps, but for me, I need to be in a foreign environment, and I feel like that sort of gets me really anxious, and I perform at my best when I'm sort of pushed against the wall, really, back against the wall, so.
Nice. So then, going from like that first comp, tattooed and strong, to where you are now. So what dots are you sitting at the minute?
I think I've sort of went back a little bit. My best ever total was, I've done 890 twice, but 890, my best total was when we went to German Fitness Classic Store, and I put 890 on there at 94 kilos. That got me like 563, I believe. And I've not matched that since, but the settings are slightly different. I've done stiff bar comps the last 2 comps, I believe. I think. Can't remember. My memory's really, really shit. Yours must be worse, right? I mean, you're like 30
My
years older than me. Dots and memory.
I don't even know what my dots are.
I've got no idea.
I've got no idea.
Yours aren't even on the board, mate. And you work here. That's fucking bad, that.
That's because I'm not like you.
I didn't put my numbers on there. It was actually
Like,
Mike. leader of the board.
Wiley all over it.
Mike wouldn't mind.
While he was here, 1992.
Put a star around my name for the highest odds. But yeah, so got me that. Last comp, just hit some PBs in terms of on that platform and on a stiff bar setting. Hopefully, I'll put on a better performance in this comp in April.
Yeah. So what's in April? Stiff bar? Is it fitness classic again?
It is same as before. Squat bar mono. Hopefully not fucking Texas squat bar again. Christ. Thought I was gonna have a prolapse. You know what I mean? It was so wobbly at the bottom. And then deadlift bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a really good comp. But this time I think I'm traveling like ass in the nowhere.
I like that though. I like kind of competing somewhere new. It kind of gives me a little bit of a buzz.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm
I like divisional ones, like the Northwest that we just did, because it's nice, calm, chill comp. There's no pressure, but I like the pressure of an international or going somewhere that's just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because it just brings out another side. I think it's that competitive edge just kind of comes out when it's somewhere abroad or somewhere that you feel like it's going to be a good competition. So whether you're like at the bottom or not, yeah, like I need to step up now. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, nice. All right. Well, what we'll do now? What time are we on? Got a few minutes. I'll check it's still recording, and then.
Can you imagine?
I know.
We'll start again.
We're all good. So, we're gonna go into best and worst bits of.
Jesus.
It doesn't have to be powerlifting specific. It can be like fitness industry or like gym or, you know what I mean? Like if you don't like, I fucking hate a bro split. Like say that's your bro split.
Yeah.
Or like if it's something specific about powerlifting, say that. But best and worst things about fitness, health, gym,
industry.
Yeah.
I think there's too much fucking fake information out there. Like everyone's an expert. It's given the platform for everyone to sort of have their say, and it's like, mate, you're wrong. But also, there's also a lot of good information out there as well.
Yeah.
So that's your hate that like what? So social media is like the annoying thing, or like people just spouting shit?
Both in it.
For me, like, just I had a think about kind of industry-wise, and for me, what I thought was good within the field that we're in, and it was specifically powerlifting. It wasn't kind of a generic push-pull bro day or whatever. It's more that I like the fact that there's possibilities for good coaches coming in, there's possibilities for good gyms and communities within kind of powerlifting, and the fact that there's people like working really, really hard to make good meets, to make the standard of lifting better for people who are coming into the sport too, like even just divisional level, never mind kind of elite level. I do like that about the sport, like it is evolving. There's lots of bits that aren't great, but there's people that are trying to make it better, and I really like that about it. There's genuine people that do like they bust their ass to try and get things just even like just the level. Like I remember we were talking, weren't we, the other day with Mike and stuff, and just when people started competing, it was just like spit and sawdust in a little gym with like really like awful plates.
Deadlift
and,
off ply boards,
hex
plates,
yeah, exactly. They didn't
non-matching.
match. And it's like now everything matches. You've got a backdrop, you've got like lights, and it's just amazing the kind of the level that it is now compared to what it was. So I really like that about where we are now with the sport. So
you like the progression the sport has taken?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your worst bit? The progression the sport has taken.
Yes. Like it goes kind of hand in hand, doesn't it? Because we're obviously in different federations and we're like kind of in slightly different circles, but it comes around to the same sort of thing. But I love I love the standard that I'm upheld to, but then also because of that, I hate the certain rules that make the sport, that don't make the sport, sorry. It's, silly little things that aren't kind of, the athlete's not thought of to make the sport better. It's just kind of like, why can't we celebrate? We've worked really hard, we've trained for 4 times a day, 4 times a week or whatever it is, 4 times a day, Jesus Christ. 4 times a week, and then we step on the platform and we can't celebrate that win.
They do that in every sport.
Yeah.
All the sports in the Olympics, they're all celebrating.
Yeah. You don't know, like, Usain Bolt not celebrating his 100 meters record or whatever. It's just, it's silly.
God, it's so much more boring to watch as well. You might as well just watch snooker.
I know. Well, powerlifting's boring anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty boring. Why would we even do it? This is my thing. I love lifting weights and I like hanging with my friends. That's pretty much about it, innit? It's about how I used to skateboard. I love to skate and I love hanging around my mates all the time.
I just like training. So, and I like that style of training. So for me, it's kind of not about powerlifting. It's kind of, I like to come in the gym and I like to train hard and I like to be around people who are training. So that's, I know it's kind of cliche, but it's process driven. So it's not about kind of what the end product is. It's about what I'm doing kind of every day. So, yeah.
Repetitive, boring.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah. Like,
I do like it. It is boring, but I think people forget that it is boring.
Yeah.
And you've got to do the boring shit to kind of
That's one thing about social media. It just glamorizes everything, and you only see the good stuff. Like it says, like, I've been skating for 7 years, and that video of me is only 2 minutes.
There's good bits like Instagram's made and social media's made powerlifting big, so and that's a good thing. So, if you're a coach and you want to, broaden your business, you can do that through social media, but then it's also, there's downsides to that too, where it's kind of glamorized everything, and it's like, what are you wearing, what's your belt, what it's just things that kind of don't really matter. Like you coming in, working hard and, doing the best you can, that's what actually matters. Like for you to get better, doesn't matter that you've got a Wallander belt or an SBD belt or a singlet on or whatever it is, and you've got like the best downlighting on your camera. It's
the fact that
how hard are you working?
It makes you think the process is really quick, that you can just get these PBs, that you're always successfully lifting these, having good sessions. It's not like that. That's what I get.
Yeah.
About.
Yeah. Social media is very frustrating, but it is what it is. Like my worst thing that I dislike is to do with social media. It's the clickbait content. I absolutely despise it, and like there's been a couple of coaches that I've followed that I've thought like, oh, like they're alright, I don't mind them. Like if I had an athlete in that area, like I would send them to that person. But as soon as they do something clickbait, I'm done, because it's just, it's a fantastic marketing tool, but I find it so disingenuous, because you get someone, say for instance, you put out a piece of content and you say, oh, like this is how you deadlift, and you say like, if you're doing XYZ, you're doing it wrong. Like, no, doing XYZ might work for 3 out of 100 people, so you can't possibly say that that is wrong. Equally, you can't say that something is cheating. Like I saw the other day, there was like a deadlift thing, like, if you're not resetting your deadlift every rep, you're cheating. Like, no, there's a whole training, like Spoto press. You're not going to say someone's cheating if they're doing a Spoto press. It's just a training mode. It's a like
something in the toolbox, isn't it? It's like we were having that conversation, weren't we? It's like not every tool fits like every lifter. You've got to have this broad toolbox so you can say like, okay, well, let's try this for this. Like, I might not prescribe block pulls for someone because they don't need it, but then for someone else, I might. And it's not something I think of straight away, because I want them to pull from the floor. I want them to have good positioning from the floor. but then they might need block pulls at some point. So I'm not going to shove that away, or I'm not going to say that it's going to be like this has got to be this way. It's it's what applies to each athlete.
Yeah. I just find the
situation.
clickbait thing, I just find it really disingenuous, and as soon as someone does it, like that's me, like I'm checked out from that person now,
Fuck, did you
because
put something like that?
it's
I'm like, follow this link.
I want from a coach, I want from someone who like I look up to, I want them to be like honest, I want them to be accountable. I want them to say like, oh yeah, like this training method didn't work for this person, but it might for this one. Like you can't just say black and white, like this doesn't work, or you shouldn't do this, or you have to deadlift like this. Like I think it's really horrible for the industry when that gets put out there on social media. This person is potentially someone that really new lifters are looking up to, and then they're like, oh, I'm not deadlifting like that. Like my current coach must be wrong, so then I need to go to this, and then it questions that like coach-athlete relationship. And then they're like, oh, maybe I need to go with that coach because they're saying like you have to deadlift like this, and they've got X amount of followers and they've done X amount of like British coaching, or they know this person that knows that person. It's just like, shut the fuck up.
It boils down to that person being coachable and trusting the process then. Isn't it?
Yeah, but then it's like this person might, like, so a new lifter might not even have a coach, but they need a coach that is open to like all methods of training, not just like you have to deadlift like that. And with these coaches, I am 99% sure that they don't actually believe that this is the only way to deadlift. They're just putting it out on social media to get likes,
clicks,
follows, clickbait, new clients, like, and it just like it fucking grates my gears.
But it's when that whole, what was it? If you're not putting content out, then you can't be a decent coach. Like,
that's fucking dumb. That.
I mean, I know it kind of. I think it applied to, at the time it was females who weren't putting like content out. So
wasn't that quite recent as well?
Yeah.
Was that who's that?
Well, kind of doesn't matter.
It was like a year and a half ago, right?
Yeah, it wasn't long ago. But it was like, so if you're not seen to be putting like legitimate content out, then you can't be a credible coach. And it's like, well, why? I'm on the gym floor. I'm doing, I'm teaching, or I'm trying to help people from beginner, someone who's never touched a barbell before, maybe not even touched a dumbbell, or can probably jump, or just from this massive range to up to an athlete who wants to become a great powerlifter.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you've got this massive range, and I've got this clientele which I want to really put all this effort into, so I haven't got time to go and sit on social media and do a post about you should be deadlifting like this, or you should be wearing these type of shoes, or
if you're a full-time like one-to-one PT, it's really hard, man, because then after that you still got to do the admin. It's like, I ain't sitting around to edit a fucking video, mate.
Yeah. I don't have fucking, like, you don't have time. You probably don't have time.
You got to train as well.
Like, I don't have time to fucking edit stupid videos. And also, like, what content, if you're being like a genuine coach, what content are you going to put out there? The only genuine stuff I see is like testimonials, or like my client went from this to this, or this person specifically, I tried this method and it works. Like I say, you can't go out there and be like, like if you've got a knee injury or your knee is sore, do this. Like, no, that could be completely wrong, because it could make someone's knee way worse. I'm not prepared to put a video like that on social media for someone to come up to me and be like, oh, Chris, I did that thing and now my knee's even worse. Like, or like my back snapped, and then I'm like, oh, right, okay,
I have no legs left.
You shouldn't have watched that video. Like, I hate stuff like that. Like, I can't remember when the last time I posted something on social media was. Like,
Here's the thing, like, if it went tomorrow, how many people do you think would still lift and compete?
What, social media?
If it just went. and went back to the dark ages where, oh my God, who's that person that's just shown up? He's an absolute monster.
Yeah.
And you just don't have a clue who's who.
Interesting.
It'd be
I don't
interesting,
know,
wouldn't it?
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
Just
be.
showing up thinking, oh, I feel quite strong, like, oh no, I'm a weasel today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about 60% of people would be gone. And
Do
like,
you
don't
think that's
get
a
me
high
wrong.
one, that?
I think social media is great, and if you want to stay accountable on social media by posting like week 1, day 3, like I did this, week 2, day 4, I did this, like that's cool. Like by all means, crack on. However, as long as you're not lifting just for that reason, so like you're lifting to post on social media,
Yeah.
I think that is backwards. I think what you should be doing is lifting, like what Jen says, for the process of lifting, to see like the intrinsic value of like, this makes me feel good, this makes me stronger as a person, whatever. If you want to document that on the way, like that's cool. But like if your only reason that you're showing up to the gym is to get your camera out and be like, I'm going to film my squats today so my 4 friends can see it and like it and maybe share it.
Shit, didn't film my 3 rep max top set.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to go again.
SPD days, like, I find obviously with a few people that I coach, let's say, that it's important to kind of have a total at the end of the week and then to try and beat that total. And it's like, so they've got to have like an SBD day because they want to be able to post like a total, and then they see someone else's total. So it's like, there's this competition of who can post the best total, and it's not actually about that. It's trying to get some solid training in so that we can post a good total on the platform.
Yeah. That's the thing, it's like what you're training for. Like the last block that we did, like for what, 4 weeks, you would have been like, I did the same number again and again and again and again. Like,
literally boring.
that would be incredibly boring content. But like, you can't just see powerlifting as that, because like coming out of that block, you've now felt better.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to just take like, okay, I'm gonna squat, bench and deadlift and do like my SBD day, and then that's my goal, is like how my training's going.
Yeah.
It should be again like how you're feeling coming out of 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks of like pivoting away from SBD. You then finally get back to it and you're like, actually, like now I feel way better. Like the long-term goals of like getting on a platform, even getting on a platform isn't a particularly long-term goal. Like people should be looking like, all right, okay, yeah, I've got that competition there, but like that's a regional, but then there's like a national at the end of the year. Maybe I might like to do that. Or maybe in like 4 years' time, I could look to go up like 3 weight classes and maybe be like super healthy still in 4 years' time without a broken back and a smashed up knee and
Fucking
whatever.
go 3 weight classes.
You don't get many, like, especially like in powerlifting, you probably, people want to compete like every 2 months, 3 months. Bodybuilding, you probably got people competing maybe every 3 or 4 years or something, or 2 years.
Depends if you're chasing to qualify for a certain competition though. I've known
You'll
people
have a longer
that are,
off season, won't you, than
but
you will kind of powerlifting. It's kind of just,
Yeah.
I remember, to be fair, like when I did start, I was like, okay, I've done my first competition, this is like a big buzz, let's do this again. And then you look for your next one and it's like, oh, I want to do that. And now I've got to so far down the line, I'm like, don't want to compete, please.
You got fucking
like,
heavy squats and you're like, oh my God, I don't really want to do
peak.
this.
Like, I just want to train. I just want to, like enjoy my training and kind of tick those boxes off.
Yeah.
So I suppose it, like.
It's maybe like maturity of getting into the sport of like, because when I competed, I used to peak very hard, because like I was at a point where I was like, right, okay, like every single kilo counts and like every gram of body weight is going to count. And like if I'm pushing like a gram heavier, like am I going to lift like a gram of body weight heavier? Am I going to lift that gram of body weight more? Or is it just a gram that I don't need? Like I'm going to push my cardio. I was doing like 2 hours of cardio a day. I was coming in here and like lifting hard, intense, because I wanted to be where I was. And like, I did well. Like, I got British records. I was competing on the British stage for however long. But it got to a point very much where I was like,
How long can I do
like,
this for?
I did, it was 2 years back to back. I did British, and then I was like, right, I need like a couple of months off. And then the couple of months I was like, okay, I really should get back into this now. Did the British the next year, and I was like, I need a couple of months off. The couple of months went, and I was like, another month. And then another month, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I just don't want to do it anymore. Like, the thought of putting knee sleeves on was just like, I didn't want to do it. Like, when you get to, if I kept going, maybe I'd still be in it, but like, at that point I was
I think when you're early on in your, you want to call it lifting career, like you tend to love peaking. Absolutely just go bananas for it.
Yeah.
As you get older, you're like, oh my God, the body. So if like you look forward to off season, it's like there's no pressure. You just push really hard on all your accessories. Not that you don't do that in your lead up, but it's not like fucking. I was on holiday this weekend and I was thinking, I've got to do squats on Monday night. It's probably going to be something heavy. Let me have a guess. Oh, it's 272.5 in reps. I'm like, just dreading it.
Yeah.
But I'll bitch and moan about it. It'll take me forever, but I'll still get it done. But it's off season. It's just like, it's just breezing it. Just going in, fuel up, easy session, no pressure.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I do think like, I suppose it's different. It's different for us that are like at the pinnacle. Well, and me not anymore, definitely not. But like
There's
you
a
guys,
comeback. Chris is gonna come back.
you guys that are like,
You heard it
Yeah. It's all recorded. Go edit it.
like you guys that are at like the top of powerlifting, like you're in it for a reason. And like I said, like when I was back there, like every kilo counted, every gram of body weight counted, and like you work hard for it because you have like a performance-driven goal. People that aren't necessarily like at that point, like 100% push for like PBs, but what I was trying to say earlier is like, think of the long-term goal of like, you can do like what I did, and I was like, I did very, very hard peaks and training for about 4 years, and then I was like completely done. That was because I was trying to push for like performance goals, but of like placings. If you're not quite at that stage, think of like long-term goals. Like I could have potentially still been powerlifting had I have not done like 4 or 5 years back to back, like hard work on my body. And now I just get to the point of like, I don't want to like, I was at the point I was training, I was enjoying lifting. I was like, yeah, I've got a deadlift session. Like I want to make this move. But then as soon as I got to the point where I was like, it's deadlifts today, I came up to the bar and I was like, fuck this. I knew it was time, and I don't want to see people be the same as me. I want people to still enjoy it. That's why I give you so many pivots to be like, right, let's take you away from the barbell, just so it doesn't become so like monotonous. So you don't walk up to a bar and think, fuck this again. Like,
I think we're lucky in a way though, because we've trained before we've done powerlifting first, and it's like we've drilled that sequence over and over again in the squat, bench, deadlift, that we can deviate from that. We don't have to do fucking loads of 5x5s on this and this. We can just go, okay, 1, 2 sets tops, and then do the rest and just focus on hypertrophy. Obviously, stage of lift is different. If they're a newer lifter, they're gonna have to do the higher reps and sets.
Yeah, there's a skill aspect to it, isn't there? So you've got to like ingrain the skill, have the skill of a squat, bench and deadlift, and then outside of that you just got to get strong as shit doing whatever it is. So build as much muscle as you can, because obviously then the capacity is that you should be able to get stronger.
I actually only got my squats done last night, but I did one set of top 3 in wraps, and then did 2 back offs in sleeves and sets of 3 again. And after that, it was all just hypertrophy, like split lunges, good mornings, and all that good stuff, which I didn't get to do because it took fucking forever. But the whole point is that, again, it's just a few sets in there compared to back in the day when I would have been set like 5x5. A lot more volume sets.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you've been in it for so long, like you can step away from the barbell a lot more. And I do think that like the newer lifters, they have the performance goals, like fantastic. Like I want you to get PBs, but you've got to understand that like to get that PB, if you blow your back out or fuck your knee through just like overuse or pushing too hard, or like you think like, I'm gonna overshoot this week, or I'm gonna go off plan, and like you do that like
Love it.
week after week.
Love it.
And then
Doing
it's
that.
like, all right, all this fatigue and volume, it accumulates, and at some point there is a breaking point. Like it just happens.
Yeah. We all make like mistakes as well. Like, so even, I mean, obviously we've been working together for a little while for a little while as well. But then like leading into that Northwest comp, I was like, we've had 2 decent preps here, and then this next prep that we went into, I had the mindset of, I want to start somewhere higher than I started last time, and I fucked myself doing it, and I know I did, but that's on me. And I think as an athlete you can take accountability for your actions, and then you can go, right, okay, well I fucked up, next prep that's not what I'm going to do. So like this one I was like, I'm not going to be that arsehole. I'm going to be like, I want to make that move nicely. I want to feel good under the bar. I don't want to have this. I want to go to the next comp and sit on the platform and go, you know, I did everything like I was supposed to, and I don't need to start 5 kilos more than I started last block, because I just don't. It's where I end, not where I start. So, but yeah, we all like, you make mistakes as well because you want to be stronger, but you can't force that. Like,
Yeah, that's it. Like you just got to take your time with it, and
Yeah.
you got to play the long game. Like starting lower, like to then finish in a place where you want to be. Like,
but it's easy as people like we are to want to push to get that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get those extra kilos. If I push really hard,
Yeah.
then I'm going to get them. But that's not necessarily the case. is
And
it?
like
So-
I've been there. I've made exactly the same mistakes, and
Yeah.
like it's one of them that like, yeah, people they will do whatever they want to do. Like they have their own brain. They can make their own decisions.
Love it. Love it. Just go off plan, mate. How did that feel? It felt really, really good. You look like a 10, mate. You're on week one, day one. Yeah,
Week
it'll be
day
there
one,
on the day.
RP10
Sound.
fine.
But like we have been there. Like we have made these mistakes, and like we are trying to tell like you, the listeners, and like our athletes, whatever. Like it's not worth it. Like just trust us. Like we have your best intentions at heart. Like we want, like as a coach, I want you to do really good because it makes me look good, as well as making you look good. Like
Yeah.
I don't want you just to be stuck on the same number forever. Like that makes me look like a fucking twat.
Yeah.
So I want you to be good, but you've just got to like trust that we do have the athlete's best intentions at heart. And if we're trying to rein you in, it's for like good reason to then be better in 6 months' time, and not you be coming to me being like, I can't squat today because my knees hurt too much, or like, I'm not going to deadlift anymore because like it gives me PTSD. Like,
Bring my back out, spinal.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
people
You want
will do
you want
like
them, don't you? Want the athlete to kind of have that autonomy to be able to go into the gym, enjoy the training, but then also make good decisions, that are good long-term decisions, not just like, today it feels really good, so I'm gonna load it up with 10 kilos more than I should have done.
Yeah.
Even though.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, like, as a coach as well, like, if an athlete, if all an athlete wants to do is send it, like, I will put something in there for them to be able to send it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll stick a hack squat in there and I'll be like, do
Yeah,
3
go
max
send it.
sets.
Yeah, that's grim.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut yours at fucking RP7 yesterday. You lying bitch.
Yeah, you're such a baby on that.
I went over, I was trying to push you, like, you fucking capped it. I'm not going to do any more.
That was the third
The-
set.
the-
I was dying.
was it?
I couldn't even walk after
The week
you were
before,
like,
you were like, fuck though.
no. Yeah.
But like-
it stole my soul yesterday.
It was a 5 aside, wasn't it? 5 kilos aside.
Yeah.
You're naughtiest.
Every week I'm getting better, so shh.
But yeah, like, I think it's important to put stuff in there for an athlete to be able to send it, just so you can rein them back in on the things that need reining in.
Yeah.
Like, controlled explosions.
Also builds a bit of grit and stuff. You get some lifters that just lift light and just sort of sandbag stuff all the time. So when they do get a sticking point on a certain lift, they're like, holy fuck, and they just panic and just, it's almost like they just press the shutdown button on a PC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and just shut off, don't they? Like, they just don't have any fighting. They've got
Panic.
no dog.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes people just have too much of a dog in them. It's like, yeah, that's not going to go, mate.
Yeah.
It will be there. Right, just load it up for him. Gets folded in half. 240, done.
Yeah. It's reining some people in and pushing some people, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, it's like, it's a sport where we've got to lift heavy. So it's not like going in and going, oh.
Yeah, lift heavy, not heavy and dumb.
Yeah.
I failed that last week. Do you know what? I'm going to go up again and I'm going to fucking get it. It's like, it's not going to go in.
Yeah.
Didn't hit depth the first week, but I'm going to go up again and get it.
Oh, well. Right. We'll finish up very quickly then. So we'll finish on the positives. We've moaned a lot. Best bits about the sport powerlifting. You had what?
Standards and the people who graft to kind of make the sport better.
Nice.
The unsung heroes that we'd like that don't go on social media and say, oh, I did X, Y, and Z to make this sport better. They just do it.
Yeah. I like that.
Fuck, I didn't say anything positive, did I? I just said lifting weights and hanging out with my friends.
You've been negative the whole time.
Yeah, but it's true. I just like lifting weights and
Do you
hanging
actually
out
like
with my friends.
powerlifting?
I wouldn't say I love. But I just like lifting weights and just hanging out with my mates.
And on a positive note, grumpy old man.
And yeah, it was good. Powerlifting good. Nice.
Okay.
Very
Cut
good,
me out.
very nice.
Very good, very nice. I like it.
Yeah. For me, I like the community. Like, I love seeing when I'm fucking piss wet through in a field, some notifications pop up on my phone going like,
Jen's RP 10.
no, I hate that. I like seeing like so-and-so has mentioned you in a story, and I've got like 7 stories and it's all of like the Monday night squat club.
Yeah.
And like, it's so nice to see that everyone is like getting behind each other, pushing each other, not pushing each other in like a stupid way, but like just loading bars, spotting people, giving support. And like, I think it's so important because like, that isn't social media. That's not like just filming sets to post on social media. That's coming in and like working as part of like a team, a unit, and the social aspect makes people lift. Say if you come in and the gym's empty, like you're probably not going to lift as much as like if it's like rammed full and everyone's like supporting you. Yeah, you should do, but it just doesn't happen that way in reality.
Yeah,
so like the community aspect for me, and like that's just not necessarily powerlifting. Like I'm sure if like strongmen or just general gym goers are in here on like the Mondays or the Wednesdays or whatever, like when everyone's in, like it will uplift them as well because they'll feel like the energy in the room.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, it is good.
It has been taken off, though, isn't it, now?
Oh, we've got people that are prepping now in comp, haven't we? And like they're all being held
Joe.
accountable to certain standards. And then you've got me making sure I hit a 20 rep max on hack squat. So we're all like having our own training, but we're all involved.
And
in
Mike's
that
coming
little
back
bit.
from his broken knee.
Yeah, Mike's doing amazing, to be fair.
Squat 200 yesterday with one knee.
Yeah.
Fair. We're going to talk about Mike. Maybe next week we'll
we actually going to get him on because he wants to be on.
I know.
Is he?
Yeah, he actually wants to be on. He said he promised he'd smile.
It was like, what do you hate about powerlifting? Right.
Let's get my list
I
up.
know, I've had this for 10 years, let's go.
He was just turned
I'm
purple,
ready.
wasn't he? Like Thanos. Like his squat face colour.
Students.
I know.
Yeah, go on.
Like.
No, funny. All right, well, yeah. Next week we'll talk a little bit about like injuries, and I think it's quite interesting from like a physiological and a psychological standpoint of like coach and athlete. So we'll have a little chat about injuries next week. So stay tuned for that.
If it hurts, push for more. Add 50 kilos more. Don't be a pussy. Load it. When I can only squat 200, put 300 on.
But my leg hurts.
Right, well, thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with us. Hope you enjoyed. See you next week.